Once upon a time, in a land not so far away, there lived a mouse named Milo. Now, Milo was no ordinary mouse. He was a bookworm, a lover of knowledge, and his whiskers twitched with excitement at the mere sight of a story waiting to be discovered. One day, while scampering through the shelves of a dusty old library, Milo came across a book so small he could barely see it. It was no bigger than a crumb. At first, he thought it was just a page torn from a larger book, but then he noticed something peculiar. It had a spine, albeit a very thin one, and when he opened it, it had pages, albeit very tiny ones. With his heart pounding with anticipation, Milo began to read. The book was filled with fantastical tales of daring adventures in faraway lands. He read about a valiant knight who rescued a princess from a tower, about a clever fox who outsmarted a hunter, and about a brave little mouse who saved an entire kingdom. As Milo turned the impossibly thin pages, he learned about courage, kindness, and the power of friendship. He read the book over and over again, each tale becoming more enchanting with each reading. The more he read, the more he felt a strange and wonderful sensation. It was as if the stories were not just in the book, but in his head as well. He felt braver, smarter, and more adventurous. It was as if the characters were coming alive inside him. But as the days passed, Milo noticed something strange. The book, which was once so exciting, was now becoming too easy for him. The stories that had once seemed so thrilling were now predictable and dull. Even the magical lands and mythical creatures couldn't hold his interest anymore. Disheartened, Milo decided to visit the wise old owl, who lived in the tallest tree in the forest. Perhaps she could help him find a new book with exciting adventures for a super smart mouse like himself. When the wise old owl heard Milo's tale, she hooted softly and said, "Oh, little mouse, you have discovered the secret of the smallest book in the world." "What do you mean?" asked Milo, his whiskers drooping with sadness. "I don't understand," the wise old owl explained. "The smallest book in the world is not just a book, but a key to your imagination. It doesn't hold just stories, but possibilities. Each time you read it, it offers you a chance to live different lives, to be whoever you want to be. But it only works if you believe." Milo thought about this for a moment. Could it be true? Is the book not just a collection of stories, but a portal to endless adventures? If only he could feel that excitement all over again, the thrill of the unknown, the wonder of what might happen next. The wise old owl, sensing Milo's struggle, said, "Little mouse, sometimes we get so comfortable with the familiar that we forget to be amazed by it. Try closing your eyes," she said, "and reading the smallest book in the world. Let the stories wash over you like waves on a summer's day. Let the characters dance in your head like fireflies in the twilight." Milo took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and began to read. This time he didn't just read the words, he felt them. He saw the world around him transform into the magical lands described in the book. He heard the whispers of the wind through the trees and the songs of the birds in the sky. And for a moment, he was not just a mouse, but whatever the story demanded him to be: a brave knight, a clever fox, even a tiny, timid mouse who needed rescuing. As he read, he felt the familiar stories come alive with new meaning and excitement. The smallest book in the world was no longer just a book. It was a universe of infinite possibilities, a universe where anything could happen, a universe within him. And so, Milo, the little mouse who loved books, continued to read, exploring the endless adventures that lay within the pages of the smallest book in the world.